The starter's on the ladder. About to go. Racing. First of them away, Great Shot, but Akanar Star would jump quickly, and driving up Scales of Justice soon after the start. Man Booker's going to press on. In behind them, Star Exhibit. Gadding had got back a little off the pace, and Enticing Stars back outside of Perfect Jewelers. Great Shot takes control. At the 1100, Great Shot takes them to the riverside of the track and led the way, and they're not going hard. Man Booker's camped up there running second, and Scales of Justice third. Akanar Star's got the run of the race fourth, and Gadding is fifth on the fence. 3/4 of a length away, Star Exhibit being followed then on the rails by Perfect Jewel, and back last of all the unbeaten Enticing Star. Last year's Railway Stakes winner Great Shot though led them. At the 700 in the Listia, Great Shot, 3/4 Man Booker. Down on the inside third, Scales of Justice with Akanar Star beautifully placed. Now Star Exhibit comes around his heels as they start to get a wriggle on. Gadding's off the fence as well, followed by Perfect Jewel. Pike's hard at work on Enticing Star. Around the corner now at the 350, and Akanar Star ranged up to Man Booker. Great Shot a length away, Star Exhibit. Down on the inside, Scales of Justice. Gadding's right behind them. Further back, Enticing Star. 150 to go. Great Shot fights back Akanar Star. Gadding's closing them down though. It's Gadding over the top, beat Akanar Star. Great Shot, I thought, third from Man Booker. Scales of Justice, and then came Enticing Star. The bubble burst, followed further back Star Exhibit, and the last of them home is Perfect Jewel. Former Derby winner Gadding has upset them all. Number 5 first up for the Darren McAuliffe stable, Lucy Warwick aboard, and it's Gadding that records a grand victory in the Warroa Listia Stakes from Akanar Star, and possibly Great Shot just in front of Man Booker, with Scales of Justice battling away. Enticing Star was back near enough to last, if not at the tail around the corner, and she got past a couple of others in the cerise and white to taste defeat for the first time in her career. But it's honours to Gadding. First up, the blinkers went on, the hard spun gelding, and he returns to the winners list this afternoon. His last victory was before bowing out, going to the paddock in the Swan River Vase. He'd been placed in the Strickland prior to it and produced fresh and ready to roar at 1400. Lucy Warwick has given him a peach ride to win at 25.94.40. Akanar Star second home to pay $3.30. And number 2, Great Shot, third home, will pay $2 even. 3/4 and a half a length in 124.32. And it's Gadding for impressive racing, and their partners celebrating another group success. Let's go out to Lucy Warwick now, and she's with Britt Taylor.
And Luce, how good is this? Your first time riding this horse, but the last time you rode him, there was a bit of an incident.
Yeah, I think it was his second trial. D-Mac and I spoke about it just before the race. He didn't really like me, got a bit upset in the gate and got withdrawn. So this is the first time I've ever ridden him in a race, and he's changed a lot. He's much more controllable. But he had such a beautiful run. He just had no excuse but to win, and Darren obviously had him fit and ready for this race, and super effort, let down awesome.
Well, he's definitely made up from that very first time you got on his back. What did Darren tell you before the race? Did he give you any degree of confidence?
He really didn't say much. He just said he's got the blinkers on, just let him find his feet, do what you want, and which is probably the best instructions, because you can just jump out. You know, he was through the fence, and the runs just all came at the right time, and everyone got out his way, and he was there on the finish line.
When did that confidence really build for you in the race?
I actually thought at the 800, I thought, oh wow, he's actually travelling really nicely. He's really relaxed, very powerful, and the runs just kept coming, and he didn't stop.
Well, congratulations, Lucy, an awesome effort.
Thank you, Britt.
Yeah, well done to Lucy Warwick and Darren McAuliffe, and it'll be interesting to see what a few of the beaten brigade have to say here. We might be able to pick up a few of those interviews and catch up with a few of the... We had a chat to Darren McAuliffe before, who has tasted success in the Listia. Simon Miller, he'll just have a chat to Sean McGruddy, and we might be able to get some information there to see how that horse went. And Craig Staples also, after Great Shot was so brave to finish third, and he led them up. And more importantly, it'd be interesting to see what Lindsay Smith or Bob Peters say as well after that race. So the debrief's going on at the moment here after the Listier Stakes, our feature event at Group 2, and it's such an important lead-up race to the big Group 1s that are coming up. In fact, it's Railway Stakes Day in a couple of weeks' time. See if we can catch up with a few of the players. Here's Simon Miller. Simon, he's nearly done it again, Akinar Star.
Yeah, he's a ripper. It was no hiding the fact that I had him going the best I've ever had him going into this, but Wait for Age against some horses that have been here and done it. I was really interested to see how he'd measure up, and shit, he nearly won.
Can he win the Railway now?
Well, now he drops 5-6 kilos, and as you know, like weights are everything. His first 2 runs this time have been off the charts in really fast run races. Wait for Age here. Yeah, he can, but probably needs a barrier just so he can get that little soft run, low weight. He's a great chance now.
Good luck, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Gareth.
Simon Miller there. See if we can catch up with a few of the other players here after the Listier Stakes, and we might get a report a little later on. I think Craig Staples has just ducked off. Most of the jockeys now have weighed in. I think Craig's just still having a chat to the connections there, and Lindsay Smith having a chat to Mitchell Pateman, so we might be able to get an update to see how those horses perform too. Enticing Star was always last and off the bit, and she didn't finish off as well as that she has in the previous starts, but once you analyse that race and you have a look at the times, etc., the picture might be a little bit clearer. So it's 5, 6 and 2 the numbers there after the Listier Stakes for 2018. There's Mitchell Pateman. We might get a quick word with him as well when he jumps off, and Craig Staples with Great Shot. The winners caused a massive upset. They did back it, however. And Mitch, what did you think of Scales of Justice? Were you happy?
Yeah, pass mark for sure. He'll improve greatly on that fitness-wise, and I'd let him roll in the Railway and you'll see a different horse then too.
Okay, thanks for that, Mitch. Well done.
Cheers.
And Craig Staples also about to have a chat to us. He rode Great Shot. You got to the front there, mate, and were you confident at any stage there?
No, I was really happy with the run. He needed a good hard hit out for the Railway. A similar sort of lead up from last year.
All right, mate, well done.
Thank you.
There's Craig Staples there. So we'll hopefully catch up with Bob Peters a little later on to get a report back on his horses as well. But there we go. There is race 6 done and dusted. The Farith is coming up shortly over the 1400.